They were like, we're in the ENCE camp, we're in the Lucy camp. B-Dog, sit down. We've got the better dog on our team.
Yeah, okay, fair. Very valid indeed. Ancient first map to kick off this series. And this is a very strong map for both of these teams. I'd argue this is the map that ENCE Athena need to win to have a chance of this going all three. They start on the T side, it's EQUIPA on the defense.
And we are going straight to A, where there is a boosted up set of dual Berettas in the hands of Zana. She is ready to frag, and that's her first one. Very fast, can't get the second, but Paulie steps in her place. Good damage onto Waldy, and Paulie is hitting further shots. Keeps the advantage for Big, and they are fast on the approach. Waldy is alone. 2 kills for her. She needs to find all 3 remaining players. And she's doing a darn good job of it. Oh, you think for a second with Giuliano Goosh that maybe there's a well, but no, it will be EQUIPA taking the pistol.
That was close. That was actually really close given the circumstances. And shout out Waldy. Hyped her up in the pre-game for a reason. Already finding those 3 kills. That dink was a little bit unfortunate. USP, that's an instantaneous death. So you're potentially cooking. This is how it all starts, right? Boosted up, and that baits Paulie into the angle. Everyone is looking at that boosted player in Zana, trying to deal with her. And then from the back of the bomb site, once the bomb's dropped, it's really difficult to get on the site because the rotations are just so quick from Big.
Zana just going to be rocking the Berettas into this round, so she's saving for that AWP. I've seen that backfire on people before, but I expect probably won't happen here. ENCE look to use up Big's time and money in the form of utility, which they've almost entirely expended.
Small micro here, and this is very small, and it's not even a criticism. But if you know the design of this round is going to be you re-smoking the B doors, I wouldn't have your dual Berettas here with the FAMAS. I'd have the FAMAS back on site. Maybe you give the actually just give the FAMAS over to JennyR, for example, who's playing Donut. Because then you can have the opportunity to farm up more money. This is slow and it's patient from ENCE, and I tell you what, it might pay off. MSANT low, Jenny will strike and make her money anyway.
Now the dual Berettas will get one, and it's a rush through the cave for the final players. Bigger crossfire, and casualties avoided. Zana even gets a couple of extra kills that'll give her plenty of cash for her AWP and all the bits and bobs that will go alongside it. And Big, and immediately you can see that AWP comes out, and I don't mind that, right? Because you've got, what, 2 FAMASs and MP9 from that round previous, so it gives your follow-up round here where you're keeping those weapons in play a little bit more strength behind it.
Yeah, it's definitely future-proof, this one. The fact that there was only a single SMG. Already about to line up the smoke for mid. That was going to be a little bit late, and Big might be able to pounce on this. They are fighting middle. ENCE Athena are just running through all of the incendiaries. Bottle the flames just don't seem to deter them, but it's a favorable trade for Big. Milo is incredibly low in addition to this. Meanwhile, Kios has got space over at B ramp. Giuliano's got space in towards Jaguar. EQUIPA, it feels like they're really set up for success.
Yeah, difficult to recover. Although, no, never mind. The MV9, the longest range possible, still finds success onto a low HP player. You don't need to overextend when you're in the 4v2 at this stage. You still got the information that they're in elbow. And so waiting to see if there is one of those overextensions, and with nothing further presenting itself, they're going to group to A, which they do have an avenue into. Zana is there with the AWP, but a deep Molotov would allow them to get the bomb plant, which would at least be something to recover into this round.
They need to rotate here. You can see that that's been communicated over. Jenny's going to be at least spotting, which then sets up the line for Zana to be on this AWP. And I really like this because you're playing basically retake. That's another dink with the MP9 at long range. SMG who? Bomb plant potentially imminent. It's going to be difficult to cross over. Missed shot from Zana allows opportunity, but these players have been peppered by the bullets of that MP9. It's a clean up in the end, and EQUIPA Only a couple of casualties, but it was one FAMAS, one MP9. They'd be more than happy with that because they prevent the bomb plant for ENCE, which means they are really limited on money.
Yeah, Sana gets the warm up. And yeah, the bomb plant's denied just because JennyR comes over at the perfect time. If they'd been a little quicker out A main, you know, with those Molotovs, they definitely could have secured a bomb plant, but Jenny being an absolute pain. Means that we've got Tech 9s, not even armor behind them. So big EQUIPA in a really commanding position early in this map.
Yeah, so a bit unfortunate for them with that timing, as you said, but at the same time, they've got no info on the map, so they're worried about the potential players that are lying in wait. No lying in wait. No lying down at all. It's just proactive plays yet again from big EQUIPA. They're not scared of these pistols. In fact, they just want to take the fights. EMSAN, though, will remove Paulie, and that's once again a pathway to A.
That's that major attending buff. I don't see Waldy getting much here. This is very much covered off.
It's a shame, really, because they had that space in Donut, and they could have taken it, but because the bomb is in spawn, EMSAN's just about to go and retrieve it. She was the player that got the kill in towards mid. So all that timing is wasted. I mean, you have force rotates, but at the same time, there's still 2 players here on B for big.
Yeah, I think what they're looking to do is just cause some chaos at B. You find a kill, and maybe the rotate starts to scramble, and then that's when Waldy can activate, and potentially, there it is. Would have loved that kill. Zana with the AWP can lock down this angle. JennyR slips in towards middle, where they thought maybe there was an escape route, knowing that 3 players were over at B. Hold up. This has worked. They've been able to escape with the bomb. But they're going to get to Donut pretty quickly, although they pause for a moment just for the regroup. So, bomb plant secured.
Yeah, that pause is damaging to big. They've got enough to work with here, but Waldy's in the power spot now. But because she tagged Zana in CT, they're going to all reposition through Donut. That's fantastic from big. Good heads-up play. They're limiting off the angles of possibility for Waldy to be in. The flash forward. She'd need to find this headshot instantly and then try and upgrade to the FAMAS. Bomb is planted for her, but Kiosa instantly adjusts. That's a really good retake from big.
Yeah, well done from ENCE from finding that gap and being able to get the bottom down. But yeah, you're right. That's just a really good approach through middle. Not taking any chances, knowing that Waldy had the rotations from red locked out. At least the bomb plant will give them the funds. There's that shot again. Crazy dig. Waldy just tucked into the corner. Now we get the AWP out immediately from Zia as well on the T side, so this will be interesting to see him play.
Smoke for cave as well. If it was like the intent is clear, they want to fight middle. This time not going to burn and singe to these mollies, and Jenny actually just scales off the back of it. That smoke would have been heard. Therefore she tucks down within it. And also finding Giuliano. This looks good for a mid-crunch.
Do they know Jenny?
I think so.
Yeah, they seem very aware. So just going to wait for it to fade. Flashbang has given Jenny some room to play around. And she takes full advantage of it, gets the double up. The trade does come over the top, but she's done her job. And Kiosa able to strike down ramp, finding the player on ledge. Zia with the trade, but the bomb is out of her grasp as Milo falls. With both players in middle. Zia, how do you even get past the AWP, let alone the player in Donut? She knows that both are, so that's some advantage, and oh, a bit of an arm given over. No need to give her the chances. Zana, or she doesn't need much to go off.
Yeah, nice shot. I was really worried then when Paulie was peeking, because I thought her position was perfect. Letting the AWP take the first contact in a situation like that is great, because if Zia's able just to hit the adjustment, then she's going to have no idea that you're tucked in right close in Donut. I can't believe Jenny gets away with 2 kills there and there wasn't an instant trade. Because the design for ENCE Athena was really good. It just felt like the timing was slightly off, and I feel like that was caused by Giuliano pushing cave. They had to turn around and try and deal with her first. Which then meant the spacing was just a little bit part. Which meant Jenny could strike, get way more than she bargained for from that position. 5-0 for big. This is very quickly escaping ENCE Athena, and this is their map pick.
So they start with the loss bonus building up. At least they can continue with the buys. See, that head armor is a little painful for her. Leisurely strolling towards middle. Paulie gets the full control at ledge and has been conditioned to respect all this utility. Big are happy just to take full liberty. Liana's gonna re-smoke the doors as soon as they wanted to pop through. ENCE have nowhere on the map they can go.
I just want to say this is a really good variation to start with from Big. However, they've actually just gone back into the same setup we've been seeing round after round, and that is basically Kiosa gets close by the B doors. Giuliano is out Jaguar. I like the way they approached that because they weren't initially fighting the B doors. They were waiting very patiently. They weren't giving ENCE Athena an opportunity to spam. But with this smoke faded, yeah, sure, it's burned a lot of time off the clock. This is so much better from Kiosa. The fact that she's now backed up because ENCE now have to waste even more utility just to take the first steps of forming this B execute.
Now going to use that utility to push through the doors. Giuliano is surely forced off this line. At the same time, they activate in towards middle, but with 30 seconds left, it becomes clear they have to make a play soon. The rotations are already starting to come over to B. Smoke down towards long, but Paulie in short. Only just covered off. Giuliano is exposed in the open. Nothing to help her out. No flashbang. She's stuck in that corner and she is ran down. So that's the bomb to be planted. And the patience does reward. Flames go down. Post-plant positions aren't the most powerful. With JennyR in the background, she can disrupt. Kiosa spammed down Ida through the smoke because they had nowhere to go. And a player advantage in the post-plant.
There's kits, there's no smokes because they've been used just on the B doors the entire time. But one by one, you spoke about the post-plant. It's really difficult just to get involved here, especially for Waldy. This bomb needs to start to be defused. Waldy will reveal herself, and now Paulie can just hold the entire time. Zana provides cover. And I like the idea from ENCE Athena because that is, what, 2 free smokes that constantly get replenished by Big over at the B doors. You wait patiently. As soon as you take the space out ledge, you pause for another couple of seconds. You check to see if anyone is waiting in middle. You support that with 2 players, and then the split is on. I'm surprised there was no flashbangs from Big to help Giuliano in that position because she would have heard them running up the ramp.
Yeah, it really felt like she was kind of sold down the river a little bit, but doesn't matter. The team comes through in the end. This time, ENCE have pushed through and have got that space early. No pass up the round. Milo gets the kill. Kiosa needs to step up. Good for one, but trade up by Milo. Ida has found hers as well. That was onto onto Paulie. And that's given them all the space. What do you do if you're Jenny and Zana? You have the bit of money, so there's a consideration, but a re-smoke and a 2v4, they're backing out.
Yeah, the money's fine for them, but it's not good for the likes of Kiosa, for the likes of Giuliano. This is a really good pace change out of ENCE. They disrespect the early utility that's been thrown by Big because the smoke that lands in the B doors has been thrown off spawn every single round. So they just get ahead of it. And that means they can save their utility to fight forward in towards that B bomb site. The flashbangs were perfect as well. I think they were set up by... It wasn't Milo. I think it was Waldy potentially throwing the flashbangs at B ramp, and they were shallow. They weren't deep into the site, and it allowed Milo a lot of room to work with. That's a great round to win, and it also shows there's vulnerability here on this B bomb site, and Big EQUIPA will probably just take some consideration in looking after it a little bit further. But that's when you can start mixing things up if you're ENCE. That's where you go, okay, look, we've shown we can disrespect your utility. We're not going to go there again. You can work middle more as a unit. You can go towards A. This is stuff that hasn't been tested outside of the pistol.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're going A. The whole squad's here.
This is a good call.
Silent as well. And the fact that they've been silent a lot at the start of these rounds, even when they are going B, is going to mean that Big aren't going to know for sure this is the place. They're not going to immediately rotate. As soon as Paulie gets contact, yeah, sure. that point, bomb site will be overwhelmed. The flames come forward. Paulie now calling that over. Her smoke giving some coverage. She's out in the open. She's fighting forward, and Paulie almost gets 3. JennyR rotates in time to support. And it felt like a good call, but you can't account for Paulie. Plays that to perfection. Now they have to continue fighting forward. Zana burns out another. Waldy can't even find someone to shoot at. They're over the top of the smokes. There's no way into A.
Really well done from Paulie. The last thing you expect is for her to be near that close wall. Players normally play it hugging the wall. Instead, she plays it a little bit of an off angle. She's standing right in the open after she dodges this initial flash. They aren't ready for her whatsoever. They thought the retreat would be in towards Temple, maybe over towards default. That's why another molly was already being lined up to throw to that common position. Instead, Paulie just stands her ground. And by her standing her ground, not only does she get the kills, she also wastes so much time for Jenny to come over and pick up the pieces. Oh,
trying to get aggressive.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no chance. Jenny's support with the flash up ledge is perfect. Is eventually dealt with. And Milo has found success. Backs off immediately after finding the kill as well.
Crucial kill right now is Paulie pushing A main. Does she push further or does she go? Look at the timing on this map right now because Waldy's by the square thing. What a throwback. Zana's pushed down B ramp and gets overwhelmed. And do you know what? That means Paulie's flank's actually going to be way better than it originally was.
They know what Giuliano is, so Paulie, it is all on her. Oh, she's going to catch the player in mid. So now you know where both these CTs are. Low HP on Zia. Paulie being loud about her approach. Giuliano waits for the smokes to fade, trying to work out where they've gotten to. K is going to be cleared, and they know it's not there, so it has to be long, has to be short. Ida in the back lines. Giuliano's not going to be ready for her, and she finds the kill. Just enough bullets in the chamber. It leaves it all to Paulie. And the flames are going to deny her entry into the site. The smoke doesn't quite do the job. And so ENCE will get their second.
ENCE got to be careful there. Reason being is that molly into cave gives a lot of information away. Although Ida pushes the smoke at short, with Zia's molly, to be honest, if you're Giuliano, I feel like you could expect there to be a push through the smoke. But that's really well handled. I still really like the play that Ida's done there to get things moving. Gotta be careful. Gotta make sure that all of your utility doesn't bait things away. This is a great molly, by the way. Thrown just outside of B. It lands in the mouth. I'm going to call it the mouth for the bit between Jaguar and Cave. Gives a lot of room for these players. Speaking of room, ENCE Athena should have a lot to work with in this round because it is just pistols for big. And despite all their dominance there, the money is finally worn thin.
Yeah, just don't get run over by these pistols. As they hunt for the heads. They won't find them. Zia and Ida doing their job. Jenny and Paulie are so removed. Guaranteed 3. 4? Certainly workable.
Four is workable, but if you're somehow able to stabilize this, bring this back to 7-5, you're more than happy considering how this first half originally looked. Get the MAC-10 involved, get MSAN trying to farm up some cash. We'll manage it. Won't with the first. That's okay. Paulie finally dealt with. Everyone staying alive as well was pretty big for ENCE. They can buy for the rest of the half now. MSAN could even drop the MAC-10 into the water. Zia could give her an AK and then upgrade to an AWP herself. If she wants.
Doesn't look like they're going to do that.
She don't want.
She don't want. They want to go B. Again, MSAN going to be going very fast. Jenny's going to spot. Jenny's going to find a kill. A lot of damage done with this utility. But at least the trade is there. Zana strikes from the Zia. Zana strikes from the Ida. The AWP quick from behind default. ENCE again with the long range.
Oh.
Okay, the USP. I guess that's one way to get it done. Now, you have to go get the bomb. So I'm just going to delay things slightly. Big is scrambling a little bit. And look at where Waldy has gotten herself. Back into temple.
Look at Big.
Yeah. They don't know the bomb's there, though.
No, but they don't know the bomb's there, but all of these rounds have always ended over here. And ENCE, she can't shoot. She needs to get the bomb, and she needs to get out without making a noise. However, she's been hurt. And now what can happen is Kiosa can flank, but Juliano can just go mid. Juliano can go mid and just cut off the bomb.
ENCE's had it. Oh!
That's just not the thing to do. I respect it.
I think she thought the molly was going to go deeper.
Yeah.
Because that molly did not go very deep.
But because of her being panicked and it looks like, oh, quick, I've got to be the player to deny the bomb, where's Kiosa got to? They haven't planted yet. They're really worried about Donut.
They faked it. Oh, if the swing was there immediate, Kiosa would have had the perfect position. Should be able to find this kill. Gives her now one-on-one. Baldy last known. In towards CT spawn. Smoke onto the bomb. No kit, that's the issue. Doesn't have the bomb. Baldy's hearing all this noise, and, well, Kiosa had no clue where Baldy was.
Yeah, that round was, the best adjective is probably bizarre. Because ENCE finds, themselves in a bit of a pickle, because this was the same round Zana did this. And then suddenly, Waldy finds a fantastic timing on A. She's able to overwhelm the AWP. And from there, things just start to go into pandemonium for Big. They don't know what is happening. They don't really know kind of where any of these players have got to.
Juliana would have got through the molly if she hadn't been hit by like the one Mach 10 bullet. I'm saying as she jumped over.
So still a bit. It's a brave play to make, jumping through that molly. Waldy does find the first with the 5-7, but instantly traded out. And you've heard so many people, you've seen so many smokes over at B. Or is it a ruse? Is there one player from Big just throwing all of this utility? No, not to be. It's just Jenny and Donut.
Juliano wants to get close. Waldy's fully aware of the possibility. She gets ahead of it. The wild spray. Juliano gets a double. That's the bomb. Close as well. Milo's spotted and it's with nothing but pistols, MP9s. Big look to get their 8th. Zia has a very difficult clutch ahead of her. How do you even begin? The bomb to be recovered, but pushing forward is going to be Zada. And I think she's going to catch Zia looking the other way. So ENCE only 4 at the half. Big with double the digits.
Bigger Keeper looked pretty dominant on their CT side of Ancient. I'll be honest, ENCE Athena gave them a lot of respect that half, and I want them to throw that out the window. Respect your opponents after the game, in the server, go and give it to them.
I like being respected. It's gonna be a brawl, a B. They got their gloves on. Ready to give him a biff. Real. Keep hard. 1-2. Emsan over the top. Whoa, hold up. JennyR spinning on a dime. Milo out of the server, and she is not done running out of bullets. Hops to another block. The knife's out. JennyR, things are getting too crazy. And Kiosa, someone had to recover. And it wasn't quite her, but she did enough to help out Giuliano.
My God, how's that a one-on-one? I was just about to go on this big little spiel about, there it is, there's the disrespect. Oh, B-bomb site? What B-bomb site? That is ours. Got to be said, though, as well, the flashbangs were perfect. And I really like the way they line them up, because it felt like quite a techie lineup. That's the technical term. We call it techie. And the way that they pop just in front of the cave doorway. It won't blind any of big, but it will get all of short. All of the players that are holding just in the cubby corner. That's a really good flash. I'm stealing it. Thank you, Big.
We love learning. Should be learning every day.
No Zeus.
We've been learning chess, haven't we?
We have. That's been... Well, less said about that, the better. God, I make so many blunders. Blundery boy.
Blunder dog.
Oh,
What's a blunder? Walking into a crossfire.
Should have knifed her. That would have been alt money.
I would have done it.
I know. That's why I said it. Learning from you every day.
Okay, you know what, chat? I got a double knife kill today in Face It.
It was actually wild.
It was actually insane.
Let me lay the land for you whilst like the B executors come in and we're going to see them get run down by SMGs. I will cut myself off if this gets a bit spicy, but back to this double knife kill. It was, what, a 3-on-2 in favor of us? Yeah? A bomb site vertigo. Lucy's on the flank, so she's walking up a ramp.
Where's CT? In
the power position. CT side vertigo. And she thinks, do you know what? I'm going to knife one of them, which is honestly classic Lucy behavior, but can't fault it for her because it works a silly amount of time that it shouldn't. And then she gets another one. I don't know how you did it. I didn't see it. I was alive.
Yeah, the guy was on ramp, mini ramp, sort of looking at A site covering his planter. And I was playing Trigger Discipline. I thought, I can get 2 kills here. So, I slide in behind, get ready, get the knife out. Alex is watching and, sorry, our friend is watching and is crying silently that I'm pulling my knives out. But, get the first kill. The other guy just jumped on my head, so I turned around and knifed him as well. It was actually quite funny.
Wild. Not funny, though, for ENCE Athena. Speaking about eco, speaking about the game at hand, let's tunnel vision back in because Bigger Keeper, they've won the pistol, they've won the follow-up, and now they are just a couple of rounds away from closing out ENCE Athena's map pick. And for all the good ENCE Athena have been looking, it just feels like Big are outclassing them.
Yeah. Does feel that way. It's a slow start. It's definitely a big issue for ENCE Athena. It took them a long time to break onto the board, so they need to get this gun round. Lack of pistols, lack of any follow-up has hurt them significantly in the round count. He's putting a lot of early pressure. Oh, okay, well, why not? When you can find a kill like that, that's brought so many players over. They're terrified. Milo, not even ready. Giuliano doesn't know there's 2 players lined up. 1 kill sets everyone to panic stations. And Big are able to overwhelm. Oh, they don't account for Zia. At least the trade is there. Kiosa catches out the rotation through red.
That was fast. That was honestly over in a blink of an eye. ENCE Athena's so worried about A. And they get completely blindsided by the split push through mid. Bigger Keeper, that felt really easy. It felt like there was not many defenders there, but guess what? There was the whole damn lot. Look at this from Giuliano. Lines them up and knocks them down. Nice attempt from Zia at the very end, but not to be. Second timeout being called now for ENCE.
Yeah, that one felt necessary, didn't it? Now you've got 3K across the board. Mila's got a little bit more. But you don't want to concede map point because then you got to get 8 in a row. Yeah, they are gonna invest. I know it sounds risky, but it feels necessary.
They need to. I don't think you can play from overtime in this position. It's gonna suck. Like, it's gonna hurt, to be honest. There's gonna be one rifle brought forward. Everyone else on an MP9, but this is the time to kind of get up close and personal. This is the time to try and fight big. It looks like it might just be deja vu, except with a little bit of a difference. Oh, so many mollies is good, and the audio is going to be heard as well. Giuliano escapes conflict for now, but there might be some coming up because everyone is pushing ramp.
They're going through the smoke. Giuliano and Kiosa combined. Kiosa almost swings for another, but the trades are so fast and big. Zana starts to take control. Zia is going to slip in. She's hearing this player go long quickly. Trying to play patient.
Oh.
And Paulie caught on the lurk. So Zia, activation, leaves it to Jenny. She needs to clutch up. That HE over the top doesn't quite do the job. Jenny's trying to chase down Zia, who's just patiently walking around.
Go away. Yes. Yes.
She's out of there. Indeed. On to be planted, unless Waldy gets there first.
No, she won't. Now you could just plant on the edge and go A main. This is so well done. The thing is, you might not anticipate Waldy being here. I don't think you will at all. This is a really good reposition out of Waldy, but take a look at Jenny. She's gone in towards Temple. She's going to get around the corner in just a second. That means the shadow won't be spotted. I feel like she needs to burrow herself in just a little bit more. Otherwise, it's a little bit dangerous. There it is. So Waldy's cleared A main. Zia's cleared CT. So now your options are Donut or Temple. And you're right, no kit.
I'm not tapped. They're sticking it. Oh, Jenny, too easy for her. She's won the round. That's 12. Oh, even finds both kills cleanly. Beautiful clutch from Jenny. Plays that to perfection. Yeah, fist bumps deserved. Map point for big.
That was a fantastic clutch. The reason, by the way, guys, why she goes A in that scenario, how she knows it's safe, is because Waldy got the kill on Paulie deep elbow. And whilst all the, I guess, drama of the round is going on the B bomb site, the natural rotation for Waldy is obviously to pick up the M4 and go cave. There's no way she resets and goes red. There's a calculated risk by Jenny, and it's one that pays off absolutely massively. She played that to perfection. Run boost to Zia. That's cool. Has a look and grabs a kill.
Yeah, very speedy. Beats Giuliano on her scaling. And to have an opening kill and a chance into this round. Waldy's got a cheeky little angle. The only problem with this one is it's hard to jiggle peek off. Because as soon as you do, you've got nowhere to go. Paulie is continuing to push forward. There's the swing. Waldy times that perfectly. Gives the advantage for ENCE.
There's no control here for Big. They've got to go B. They've just been shut down at A with that Paulie lurk, which is always present, by the way. Always on that flank. So if you're ENCE Athena, you know UK will just kill the lurk player. That means that they're probably going to commit in towards B. That's why the rotations are here early. Smoke down, but Bullet's not quite connecting. That is until Milo steps in. Alongside Waldy, they help each other out. So ENCE stay alive for at least one more. Decision to make for bigger keeper now, whether to invest or not, but they will. Keep the pressure on ENCE. Even if bigger keeper don't win these rounds, by the way, if they're doing significant damage, this is still going to be really tricky for ENCE Athena to try and stabilize.
Yeah, that's the key thing, right? You just keep them on the ropes so that eventually when you do break through, it becomes too hard to hold. Jenny has found a little pocket from the flames. Find her ex-teammate on the other side. Just going to fall back. Bit of a heavier lean to the A side, feeling that with Paulie taking so many liberties out A main that it might be a vulnerability, but it's up towards ramp is where Big are putting pressure on early.
It's going back to what we were talking about in the first half, where ENCE Athena played ahead of the smokes the bigger keeper put down. And their justification was, well, we will go A after that. And it was a really good call. So because they've got that in the back of their minds, they do reinforce A anyway. This is a little bit of a crazy timing because you still got players holding the B doors. At the same time, you've got players that are splitting on towards Cave. That's the bomb site overwhelmed, and this is probably the map done.
Yeah, the select from Jenny as well. She's not even in elbow. Oh, she's going to come around the corner. No, I thought she might just as they're scaling.
Oh.
He's going to peek now. And it's perfect. Let's see the second, but still a 2-on-5. Paulie will account for it. And Waldy with flames in her face. More utility rains forward. A HE to blow the smoke gives her an opportunity, but it's one that she cannot get anything done from. So big EQUIPA will take map 1.
Really clean as well. It's got to be said. I mean, that's a very dominant victory coming out from being a keeper and a statement. They lost some games this season that they probably shouldn't have. So now, kind of in this blockbuster match, one that is a must-win for both of these teams, they've come out...